completed more than 2/3 of his passes and threw for 2 touchdowns. But the good news stopped there for the rookie quarterback. Murray was sacked 8 times. 8, and was only able to pass for 173 yards off his 30 completions. It's the fewest yards that a quarterback has ever passed for while having at least 30 completions in a game. So not sure about those numbers. So Shannon, how concerned are you after that performance from Keller?
How? What?
I know not the guy that's going to revolutionize the game.
Who said that?
A 5'5" quarterback that's going to turn the NFL on his head.
Go
easy on him. He's still a baby.
5'5"?
That was Skip. That was, okay, 5'6" and a quarter.
More.
No. He's true 5'10".
5'9.5". They should be concerned, Skip, for the simple fact is this, is that the problem that I thought he would face all year, he left the best offensive line in college and went to the worst offensive line in the NFL.
You could make
Skip, he got sacked 18 times in 14 games last year. He's been sacked 16 times in 3 games this year.
It's a good note.
And
who gave you that one?
Yeah, you know
that was a joke.
That is Steve Owens.
You know what I'm saying? Me and my guy, we doing 2 things. We working yesterday, pulling double duty.
2 things.
Yeah, we doing the image and we do prep work all the time. And I felt, Skip, early on, this was the problem that he was going to face. You're not going to be able to see what the guy can really do until you get an offensive line that can protect him. Now, I told you what was going to happen. What happened is that the second game of the preseason, they played the Oakland Raiders. And the Oakland Raiders blitzed him on, like, almost every passing down. And what we're starting to see now is teams blitz him on every passing down. Skip, Cliff Kingsbury said, well, he's been small all his life. Well, when you're small, you don't want to take those blows. He goes down relatively easy. So because he don't want to take that, he don't want to take that punishment.
Well, he can't.
That's my point, Skip, is that they're gonna blitz him, and what you try to realize, the only thing that's like, okay, that guy can really run fast, but you know what teams do? They hire defensive players that can really run fast also. Those guys on the other side are more athletic than the guys on the offense. You know why, Skip? Because the cornerback that got to cover Julio Jones that running 4-3. He got to do it backing up.
That's why I got out the league early. Start catching up with you.
All those guys, Skip, that's what makes the defensive guys, they're normally more athletic than the offensive guys because they got to do what an offensive guy doing naturally going forward. They got to do it going backwards.
Okay. So, conclusion, he's a bust?
No, Skip. No. He's going to struggle this year until they put him in a situation where he can get protected. You see, Skip, he wants to escape the pocket, but they're doing a great job. If you notice how they blitz him from the outside because they want to force it back up into the line. They're not letting him get outside because he can run, Skip. Now, there's no question about that. And guys that are scary can really run fast. You know how Mike ran fast. Mike just like, they get me, they're going to really do something bad to me. So let me put this 4-3 on him. They're trying to keep him in the pocket, Skip, and because he's small, Skip, he needs lanes to throw through. So they force him into the pocket, and boom, they collapse the pocket on him. But he's going to struggle this year. Until they get an offensive line that can protect this kid, we're not going to see just how good he is or isn't until that day happens.
He's learning on the job, like I said in week 1, and, you know, it's not going to get any easier for Kyler.
Nope.
The most important thing is for Cliff Kingsbury to figure out, you know, what style of offense do we put on moving forward. You know, it's growing pains, but the defenses are not going to get any easier. They're more athletic. They're going to come with the blitz scheme because in week 2 in that preseason game, they came after him. After week 1 preseason where he had some success, week 2, I was anxious to see how he would handle it, and it wasn't good. So that blueprint has been picked up.
He beat the blitz several times.
Yeah, I still think he had a productive game yesterday, passing the football. He just didn't do enough, and that enough has to come sooner than later because, you know, it's not going to get any easier, like I said.
But everything is checked down. He's not pushing the ball. I mean, you
has to take off and run a little more.
30 completion, Skip, for 173 yards. So he threw,
Yeah, it was a lot of dinking and dunking.
So what's your gut feeling so far? You've seen 3 sample size
I want to see the next 3 games.
All right.
Okay, and see how they make the adjustments after the first 3.
So you're not sold on him as an NFL quarterback?
I'm sold on him as an NFL quarterback because the first 2 weeks he did throw for over 300 yards. Carolina's defense is no slouch. So they brung a little pressure and they made it difficult for him. But I want him to get through this season and then take a look back. And I always say the second season, it's always a season where you can give a guy a fair shake as far as where he goes.
So, Mr. Sharp.
Yes.
I remind you, Peyton Manning started as a rookie and led the National Football League in interceptions, correct?
Yes.
And I remind you that, as this man just suggested, that Kyler Murray in the opening game against Detroit, it's proven to be a pretty good team, right? Won at Philly yesterday, beat the Chargers, right, at home.
Right.
Against Detroit, he brought them back. They roared back thanks to Kyler Murray in the fourth quarter and went all the way to overtime, and it wound up a tie. And he played exceptionally well in that game. Then in week 2, he went to Lamar Jackson, and they were 13-point underdogs, and they hung in that game because Kyler really lit it up in the fourth quarter and kept them barely afloat in that game. And it took Lamar hitting Hollywood Brown with an exceptional rainbow throw to end that game and keep Kyler at bay. So what happened yesterday? Kyler took the ball the first time, and he completed 7 of 8 passes, including a touchdown pass, and he ran 3 times for 28 yards. He looked pretty good to me. He looked like he could actually play in the National Football League. And that was pretty much the end of him yesterday, except for a throw that he made near the end of the half. And if we have that, we could see
You
that
know
throw.
we got it, because you called
I don't
for
know.
it.
I don't know. I call for so
see.
much that I'm not sure we have this. This is to Christian Kirk. Is that a short pass?
Wow.
Should he have caught that ball? Can
Yes.
we see that
Yeah.
again? Did that
That
get
was
him in
money.
the hands? That's a money throw,
Yeah,
right?
money.
Was that a dink and dunk throw?
No,
Did we
that's
see
not.
it
Hey,
one
we
more
can't
time?
throw it
Wait a
in and
second.
catch it, Shannon.
Yeah,
Watch this. Shannon.
he walked into it.
Shannon.
I gave credit. He walked into it.
So would that have helped his stats a little bit of Christian Kirk? And that's the guy he was throwing to all day long. He threw him 12 balls, and he caught 10 of them, but he dropped that one. Okay, can this little man throw the... Yes, he can throw the football. Does he have a big enough arm to make it in the National Football League? Yep, his arm's much bigger than he is,
But
right?
what you're seeing, Skip,
Okay.
is that you mentioned against the Lions, it was the fourth quarter. What you saw against Baltimore, it was the fourth quarter.
Was?
Yeah.
It was situations where teams are playing lax. They said, we're not going to give you up big plays, and so he hits here, he hits there. In the game, and early on, when you got to make plays early on, and teams like, okay, we'll come get you.
Yeah.
We got time to make up. We don't see that.
Okay. But yesterday in the fourth quarter, he tried to get it going and could not get it going.
No.
And he tried a couple of throws that were bad ideas, and that Dante Jackson, who, by the way, was a second-round pick out of LSU, got him twice.
Right.
And on the other side of the ball, Kyle Allen is just lighting it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lighting up the Arizona.
I want to see Kyler compile some wins, and I will retract one of my statements. I did say year 2 is the year when you find out what your quarterback has. Where Lamar Jackson showed us last year in his rookie year that you can be productive in your rookie season. And then I go back to Matt Ryan and Joe Flacco as rookies. I think they both made the playoffs, so the standard has been set really, really high.
But the difference is Joe Flacco was playing with arguably the best defense in the NFL at the time.
Yep.
When you got Suggs and Reed.
Well, Matt Ryan's defense was
so-so.
It was so-so, but he still made the playoffs.
Right.
Okay.
And I just think the thing is, Skip, is that he's not on the... Look, when you're the #1 overall pick, what does that tell you? You went to a bad team, a really, really bad team.
Yeah.
And their offensive line is terrible. But this is what I don't understand, is that instead of, okay, you took Kyler #1, the second, the third, the fourth pick should be linemen. You get receivers and DB.
Okay.
Bro,
You got to build around them.
You build front to back. You better protect the guy.
Yeah.
Okay, and just for the record, the new head coach got fired at Texas Tech for going 26-30.
Yeah, and Mike is saying, well, I want to see what Cliff's going to do. That's Cliff's offense.
Yeah.
It's not a whole lot of adjustment. You know, because we don't show a whole lot in the preseason. We're going to unveil it. I'm waiting for him to unveil the offense.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for 3 weeks to unveil the offense.
Still looking.
You waiting for the 2 half Skip?
No,
Hey.
I've
Seen
seen it in 2 fourth quarters.
Oh, no,
You're right. You're right, though. I mean, Andy Reid ran the West Coast system for years, and that offense is completely different. So Cliff Kingsbury has to make adjustments, has to change.
Different, Skip Baylor.
All right.
Because you know why it's different? Tell her why it's different. My homeboy. My homeboy.
Facing the Seahawks next week.
I got nothing. I can't.
Let's go, Kyler. Go get him, baby.
Okay, Michael, thank you for joining us. Here's the other thing, though. No breeze, no problem for the Saints. They obviously were fine against the Seahawks. But will that be the case when they face Skip's Cowboys? That's next.